Funding for Schaefer is provided by
Raycon Earbuds, the sponsor of today's video. Alright campers, it's finally time to talk about Total Drama. I actually have quite the history with this show. I watched it all the time as a kid, and I actually became a prolific editor on the Total Drama wiki. My username was Fred the Fish, named after Fred the Fish from SpongeBob. Iconic. You see, Total Drama always fascinated me as a kid. I didn't know what Survivor was at the time, so this was my introduction to the idea of a show that gradually whittled down its cast as it went along, ultimately concluding with one lone survivor. And that was really neat. Plus, the show is funny. Unfortunately, one of the downsides of this show is that some of its characters were a lot less fleshed out than some of the others. I mean, this is just how it had to be. The first season eliminated a character every episode, so naturally, the characters that got eliminated early on didn't have much of a chance to leave an impression on the audience. Except some of them did. One of these characters was Noah, the smarmy brainiac who got eliminated 4 episodes in and only talks in 2 of those episodes. During the first season, the Total Drama wiki was going gaga for Noah, and I didn't get it at all. Like, what is there to enjoy about this character? He says the occasional mildly funny, sarcastic quip, and he refuses to play dodgeball during the dodgeball challenge, leading to his untimely elimination. But, I don't know, it felt pretty timely to me. There were other fan favorites among the early eliminated characters like Tyler, Cody, and for some bizarre reason, Ezekiel, but none of them hit the same heights as Noah, and I was just so baffled by that. Until the end of the season, where he started to get more screen time in an episode that brought back all the previously eliminated contestants, as well as the epic 1-hour conclusion finale episode. This is where I started to see what people liked about him, since he was witty and he played off the other characters extremely well. He unfortunately didn't return for the show's second season, Total Drama Action, but he was finally back again, and about time too, for the third season, Total Drama World Tour. And finally, we saw Noah operating at what appeared to be his full capacity. This guy was a one-liner machine, delivering banger joke after banger joke in every episode.
Will Schaff fix the plane so we can leave here while I'm still young?
I don't know, did we land in the 70s?
He played so well off of his teammates, especially Owen. I can't stress enough what a delightful and unlikely duo the two of them make. It's just amazing. Noah even got his own spotlight episode where he took charge of his team in the absence of the designated team leader, Alejandro Burro Muerto. And that's one of my favorite episodes of the season. The dynamics are just so good, and it's awesome to see Noah in a leadership role rather than just a comic relief. It was a great episode for the character, and he's eliminated. Yep, that was it. That's the end of Noah this season. He still left an impact on the game after he left, since he let his teammates know about his suspicions that Alejandro was evil, but yep. That was pretty much the end of Noah, halfway through the season. He would later return alongside Owen in the spin-off series, The Redonkulous Race, and while it was awesome to see him again, it's pretty apparent that his writing wasn't quite as sharp in this series as it was in the original show. His jokes were fine, but not nearly as clever as they were before. The main focus in this series was getting him a girlfriend, and I'm not gonna lie, their interactions and eventual relationship is really wholesome. Dare I say, wholesome 100, Spider-Man. And that's basically Noah's entire tenure on Total Drama. I mean, I think he was in the Babies spinoff, but nobody likes that, and I've never watched it, and I never will, so who cares? Looking back on it all, it's tempting to say that we got just the right amount of Noah across the entire series. He didn't overstay his welcome, and he gave us countless amazing one-liners to cherish forever. But then I thought about it. How Noah is one of only 5 characters from the original season who never made it to the teams merging. How he never made it far in the game despite similar geeky brainiac characters like Harold and Cody making it to the end. And most importantly, how the writers only ever used him for comic relief, with only one of his actions ever being semi-relevant to the overarching plot of the season. In hindsight, Noah may be the most woefully misused character in Total Drama history. He could have absolutely still maintained his comic relief status, but he also could have been a key player in any of the first 3 seasons of Total Drama. Each of the seasons presents its own unique missed opportunity with Noah, and I'd like to break them all down now. So, season 1 is interesting because it's the blankest canvas in terms of what to do with Noah. Because there's 22 contestants and a lot of them fade into the background due to their limited screen time, the door is wide open in terms of what Noah could do here. His initial label in the series is as the schemer, but he never actually schemes ever. Well, make him do that. Make him silently formulate this plan to win the game that he only ever divulges in the confessionals. Maybe his plan involves an alliance with Owen, the lovable goof who can be easily manipulated. Maybe this alliance starts out as all business before Noah actually starts to like Owen. I feel like this sets us up better for their friendship later on in the series, since it honestly kind of comes out of nowhere in season 3, as good as it is there. Plus, this will make a great contrast with Heather, who only sees her alliance with Lindsay and Beth as a means to get ahead in the game, rather than a way to make friends. I feel like if there's one thing the first season was missing, it was any sort of strategy from anyone who wasn't Heather, especially during the first half of the season. Duncan started to strategize during the second half, but this Noah-Owen alliance would add some much needed strategy to the first half of the season. And I think this plotline should end with Heather using her resources to get Noah eliminated right before the merge, since she obviously deemed him a threat and wanted to have the only alliance in the game. It's also a really easy fix in terms of the order of elimination. Just replace Noah's original elimination with Katie, and then have Sadie eliminated in the camping episode. As is, Sadie was just a filler character who faded into the background after Katie was eliminated. Hell, they're both just filler characters in every episode they're in. They either never talk, or they only talk in the episodes where they get voted off. Getting them both out of the show as soon as possible in order to allow more screen time for a character with so much potential for interesting plot lines should have been a priority. It wouldn't shake up the second half of the season too terribly much, outside of giving Owen a legitimate reason to be upset with Heather. Furthermore, it would be a much more logical use of Noah and his schemer archetype than what we actually got. I mean, you're telling me a character this smart would seriously not anticipate his elimination after he sits on the sidelines the entire game and doesn't help whatsoever? What was he thinking? What were the writers thinking? Anyway, this is just one of many potential ways Noah could have been used in season 1. He also could have made it to the merge and allied himself with Heather, similarly to how Duncan does for one episode before the writers forgot that plot line. Or he could have been a secondary antagonist in the season, butting heads with Heather both on their team and after the teams merged. Like I said, untapped potential that will never be. Season 2, meanwhile, honestly has it even worse in terms of needing some quality Noah time. It's like he wasn't even there. Seriously though, there's a distinct lack of antagonistic momentum in season 2 until Courtney comes halfway through. It seems pretty clear that the writers intended to have Justin fill this antagonistic role for the first half of the season, based on his role as the main villain of the season 1 epic hour-long finale. At first, it seems like Justin is a pretty naughty boy during season 2. He gets Gwen eliminated, he seems to be manipulating Beth into an alliance. Uh-oh, watch out y'all, we've got a little stinker on our hands. But then he like cracks his nail or something and everyone considers him ugly now, and then he just whines for the rest of the season. That's what they do with Justin. I think I liked him better when he never said anything, to be honest. It's frustrating because by neutering Justin like this, they make it so nothing interesting is ever happening for the Killer Grips. It's just a boring team of losers, while the Screaming Gaffers have actual plot lines and drama going on top of actually winning all the challenges. You really picked some winners for your little grip team, Trent, old boy. Good, great job. Now, take a wild guess what character would improve the Killer Grips immensely. That's right, Ezekiel, obviously.
Ha, just kidding. You just got pranked. Nice going, idiot. You fell for it.
The actual character who would improve the team is Noah, and here's why. You see, there's this one line of dialogue from the epic 1-hour season finale of season 1 that's really stuck with me in terms of the potential it opens up but never addresses again. After securing the $1 million case, Noah and his allies run into Justin, and he says this.
Justin, the anti-me.
Justin, the anti-me. What does that mean exactly? Do these two have some sort of rivalry that we never saw or heard about? Or is this just a throwaway line of Noah expressing his disgust at someone who prefers beauty over brains? According to the show, it's the latter, but damn, I was really hoping it would be the former. I think a Noah versus Justin conflict is exactly what season 2 needed, since it could provide so much opportunity for infighting within the Killer Grips. Once Trent is eliminated, Noah could attempt to seize control of the team, only for Justin to seize it by manipulating the others through his looks. Lindsay and Beth would initially be on his side before he goes ugly or whatever. Izzy would be on Noah's side since she never found Justin all that attractive, and the two of them worked together in the season 1 finale. And most enticing scene of all. Owen would be caught in the middle of his two great loves. His friendship with Noah and relationship with Izzy, or his intense, steamy lustin' for Justin. This literally writes itself. Then when Courtney comes into the mix, we have a trio fighting for control and butting heads after the teams merge. Yes, in this hypothetical scenario, Noah does make it to the merge. In fact, he makes it all the way to the final four because we're not doing that stupid ass plotline where Owen comes back as a mole. That was seriously the dumbest shit ever. Or if you really want to sell Courtney as the main antagonist, you can eliminate Noah a little earlier and push Harold up to the final four. I don't care. The point is that Owen doesn't come back. Ever. Until World Tour, obviously. Anyway, boom. Another problem with the structure of the season is yet again fixed by Noah. Incredible. Is there anything this character can't do? Now let's move on to Total Drama World Tour, the season that actually scratches the surface of what Noah's role should have been in the series thus far. Ignoring my perfect dream reality of what Noah could have done in the series and looking at what he actually did, it's pretty clear that he learned a lot from his early elimination in season 1. He contributes to challenges and takes charge of his team when necessary, all the while keeping his head low and never letting his suspicions about Alejandro surface. I actually quite like his implementation in season 3 as is up to his elimination. A few more confessionals where he privately states his distaste for Alejandro would have been preferable, but overall, I think this season did right by Noah for the first half. And if we're going off my dream continuity, it would remain the same since Noah would try not to ruffle feathers with Alejandro given how it didn't work out for him with Justin. But you know what? The more I realized Noah had to still get eliminated in the London episode. It set the stage for Duncan and Owen's mistrust of Alejandro. Plus, given how much the 3 episodes after London focused on the Duncan, Courtney, Gwen love triangle, Noah wouldn't have much of a role there while Tyler needed to be around for one of them. There isn't much else they could have done with Noah here. Until the aftermath after mayhem. This is the one, baby. This is the fix the season desperately needs. I cannot stress enough how dumb the inclusion of Blanley was in this season. She's an utterly pointless and stupid character who wasn't entertaining in the Aftermath episodes and was far less so when she came into the game for only 2 episodes, adding nothing but a rehash of one of the previous season's plots. I am so baffled as to what they were thinking with this character. Here is how you solve it. Have Noah win the Aftermath challenge and return to the game. He doesn't want to be here, but as long as he is, he's out for vengeance against Alejandro. Do you want to know what the best thing about this would be? In the Niagara Falls episode, instead of Owen getting paired with Blanley for the wedding challenge, he gets paired with Noah. I can't even imagine how amazing that would be. In addition, Owen's elimination in this episode means that Noah has to scramble to find new allies in order to fight back against Alejandro. And with Cody frequently incapacitated due to Sierra's efforts, Noah might have to pair with some of his previous enemies like Duncan or Courtney. It would make for some really interesting dynamics going into the next few episodes. Ultimately, I think he should be eliminated alongside Duncan in the Serengeti episode, tying for 5th and 6th place. This is mainly because I love the dynamics of the Heather, Alejandro, Cody, Sierra Final Four, and I think their episodes together are the best in the entire season. So yeah, a short-lived return for Noah, but it's a whole lot better and more interesting than Blanley, good lord. So yeah, those are my ideas on how Noah could have been better implemented into Total Drama as a whole. I think his status as a fan favorite would still remain intact since he would still have his snarky humor, the trait everyone loves about him. But he would also have the legitimate plot relevance that his character archetype truly deserved from the beginning. I don't really have any changes for him in Redonkulous Race other than just make him funnier, since I quite like the idea of him getting a girlfriend similar to him in terms of personality. And within my continuity, it would be a fun change of pace, since he usually performs very well in the game, and this time he's getting distracted by love. At the end of the day, Noah is one of my absolute favorite Total Drama characters, and I just wish they had used him to his fullest potential. But for what we got, I still love this snarky boy and his delightful bromance with Owen. We had some fun times with him, and above all, thank God he wasn't in All-Stars because that was the worst season of all time and I'm never watching it again, so don't ask me to review it or do a retrospective of the entire series because I'm never watching that stupid-ass season that was so horrible ever again. Thank you, bye! Time to go exercise while listening to the entire playlist of Total Drama World Tour songs. Guess how I'm listening to these songs? Using Raycon earbuds. The everyday E25 earbuds are amazing. They're discreet, super comfortable, and they come with a variety of fit options. The everyday E25 earbuds offer 6 continuous hours of playtime, simple Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice, noise-isolating fit. Plus, they got so many stylish colors. Lately, I've been trying to disconnect from screens and get some exercise. And the cool thing about Raycon is that I can use them to do that without feeling totally unplugged. Now I can go outside and get some fresh air while using Raycons to listen to audiobooks and podcasts while I do. You can also use Raycons to decrease your screen time and catch up on podcasts, audiobooks, or the news while working out. Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, which is crazy given the level of sound quality they offer. They're incredibly budget friendly, yet they sound just as amazing as other top audio brands you know. Plus, Raycon has a 45-day free return policy, so you can make sure they're the pair of wireless earbuds for you. If you want some for yourself, go to buyraycon.com/jfrillis to get 15% off your order. Click the link in the description box below and get them soon because this is a limited time offer. Again, that's buyraycon.com/jfrillis. Check them out. And thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video.